What's up, Internet? How are you guys doing today? My name is Josh. Welcome to Little Eagle Gaming. Today, we're going to talk about 5 awesome cave locations to build at on the center map. Alright, so my number 1 pick, we're just going to go from number 1 to 5 here. My number 1 pick is here in the Redwoods. I absolutely love the Redwoods. This location is 93.3 and 68.8. So if I look on the map here, I'm down there on the very southernmost part of the map, and it is hidden behind this waterfall. I'm pretty sure this is a fairly popular spot. It's a very large cave. It's got a lot of room to build. The building that I'm currently constructing down here on my on the server that I mainly play on is a 7x7. It's a 7x7, and as you can see, there's still tons of room inside of here. So if a player were to, or a tribe were to try and place a wall over here where the waterfall is, as a initial barricade, it'd be really nice to build in here, have a little dino barn, all of that stuff. The other really awesome part about this cave is your structures do not take the 6 times damage from being inside of a cave. Let's go ahead and move on to the next spot. Coming in at number 2 on my list is a very small cave over here around 50 point, let's get right up on it, 50.5 and 7.6. So as you can see, you look down into this cave, and I'm going to go ahead and hop on the Wyvern here to kind of give you guys an aerial idea of what you're looking for. So it's the southern snow mountain here on the center. It's also very unfortunate that it's raining right now. It's the southern snow mountain on the center, and you look for that little spire right there, and then as you come down, there's this weird like outcropping and a rock that's kind of sitting there, and the cave is hidden behind this rock. So let's take a look inside of there. This cave, I would say, is more ideal for either a small tribe who wants to protect some of their best items, or a fallback location for a larger tribe. We're gonna parachute in, and then once we're done with this little scene, I'll actually use the admin fly command to get out. Just because I'm actually out of grappling hooks to get out. Anyway. So it's a little bit weird terrain. This right here is a decent flat spot, so if you are trying to build in vanilla, this would be a nice spot for maybe, it looks like it would be a 5x5 would fit here. You definitely want to try and put some ceilings or something up there. And you know, if you use pillars and stuff to come over here, you could extend your base area. It would definitely be a very nice spot for kind of like a hidey hole. You know, it's kind of over on the edge of the map. It would take somebody a very long time to get here because it is the center, and it would present a lot of problems for anybody attempting to raid your base. And again, this does not classify as a regular ARK cave, so your structures will not take that 6 times damage inside of here. Alright, coming in at number 3 for me is this cave located at 33.6, 52.2. It actually has 2 entrances, and it's a nice little cave. This is a smaller entrance right here, and then once we get down inside, I will show you the other side, the other entrance. I should also have the enemy invisible cheat command on. It is quite sizable inside, so if you are breeding Rexes or Gigas on the outside and then you hatch their eggs in here, there should be enough headspace for them. But this is a nice little hidey hole. So like if you wanted to put all of your fridges and your blueprints and all your most valuable items inside of there and wall it off, that would be, in my opinion, a pretty effective method of hiding stuff, getting it really hard to get to. So, and then if you follow the cave system all the way down here, there's more ledges and there's more area down here to build at. This comes into a close right there. And then over here, as the cave tries to exit, again, another small hole. So enemies that try to raid you are not going to be able to get much large things in, so it's very beneficial in that aspect. But right here, this entrance is actually covered with rocks. So if you're on this island on the outside, let me see if I can break through these rocks without getting too encumbered. So if you're trying to come in from the outside, you might not even realize that this is a cave unless you're purposefully trying to mine these rocks. And the other entrance on the backside that we just came through is also pretty hard to find. I mean, you do have this little path right here that kind of leads down, and I guess it would be kind of obvious to people that are paying attention, but by and large, somebody who's just cruising by on a dino or anything along those lines, like, they're probably not initially going to find this little entrance right here. So that's number 3 on the list, and I really do like this one. My personal favorite is obviously number 1 over there in the Redwoods, but this is also another good spot for a larger tribe to build in, and maybe do some breeding or other base activities. Ooh, a little bit of server lag, a little bit of base activities and that kind of stuff up on this top side where we parked the wyvern at. So let's get on back outside and let's take a look at that area of land as well. So obviously this goes up, but it's all fairly flat-ish out here. So a decent building spot. You could definitely have a dino pen up here, access to all the resources really. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of metal spawns up higher. So this should be a really nice spot for any tribes looking for a nice cave to build in. Let's move on to the next location. Coming in at number 4 on the list is this cave on the center floating island. Located around 4032 behind this waterfall, the cave is actually much larger than I originally anticipated. It goes down, and it's going to provide a lot of logistical factors in terms of trying to defend it, because it does go down and it opens up in 3 different directions down here, I believe, and it's going to be really hard to defend. But it also affords the added, what's the word I'm looking for? It affords anybody who builds here that added benefit of building on the floating island, which means that enemies are going to have to try and fly their larger dinos over on the back of a Quetz, or try to, if the server allows it, try to transfer their dinos with drops. So it does come out to all these different metal spawns, and it has multiple different entrances and different things like that you have to take into consideration when you're trying to defend it. But if you were to just block off this area right here, or even simply the platform that's up here, so build your base up here and place a couple of walls and stuff, and then park your larger dinos down there where those metal spawns are at. That might also benefit you in terms of raid defense. And the other thing to keep in mind is I'm talking a lot about PvP because I've been trying to play a little bit more PvP on ARK, but if you're looking for PvE aesthetic builds, I still definitely recommend number 1. The view over in the Redwoods is amazing, and even this view is quite nice if you were to build up here. Let's move on to the final cave. Coming in at number 5 on the list is a cave over here on the lava island. You should be able to see it right there ahead of me. It's probably going to be really hard to see if you're on a mobile device, and I do apologize for that, but I want you to see the area around it before we head in. It's definitely going to be hard for any smaller tribes to establish a dino pen or anything like that over here, because the way that this cave is situated, it's very precarious, if you will. It's going to be a very difficult spot to build in. It's going to have a lot of logistical issues. I'm just going to go into the admin fly command so that we can come down here safely. But it does have a very deep drop off right here. But there's nothing in here. I have not seen any dino spawns. The Redwood cave that I showed at number 1, that does have the the freaking giant lizards, Megalania, I don't know. It's got the giant lizards spawning in there, and Titan boa, and some Araneos, and every now and then some scorpions and some onyx will spawn in there. But these other caves, I haven't seen very many spawns outside of, you know, what you would expect for the norm. So I'm not sold on this being a prime cave building spot, but considering how large this platform is and how small the wyvern looks on it, it's very plausible that a alpha tribe would consider building here and just, you know, use their wyverns or other flying mounts to get to wherever their dino pin is. The build in here would be probably the hardest part. You'd wind up building on stilts, I think, which inside of this cave would probably not be too big of an issue because people are going to be coming in from the top anyway. So if you use the stacked walls method that I showed you guys in the last video, you could easily use those stacked walls to stack ceilings. So come over here and, you know, obviously put in your wall and your gates and everything. And then down here, if this down here is where you're going to put your main build, use those stacked walls to create stacked ceilings that are up here. So it takes enemy tribes longer to get into your base. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this wyvern back out. And we're going to take one more look at the terrain over here and see if maybe there's a spot that we would build a dino pin. Depending on how secretive you want this cave location, you could obviously build, you know, any type of dino pin out here in the lava, or not the lava, but on the ground itself. Or you could potentially try to build your dino pin, your egg farm, that kind of stuff over on Jungles North over here. So basically kind of almost like a decoy location. So if somebody raids your dino pin and attacks any of your dinos, you still have your main base location safe. I want to take a look at this spire right here too. This is also a pretty flat-ish spot. So I mean, hey, why not, come on. There we go. I thought I was going to wind up in the water. Why not build your dino pin here though? That'd be kind of interesting. It would probably not be very good for land dinos. Either way, I'm just speculating here. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. If it helped you in any way, if you guys have other cave locations, let me know in the comments below. I have not explored the sea. I want to throw that caveat out there. I have not explored the seas of the center as well as I should have prior to recording this video. So it is quite possible that there are caves under the water in the center, similar to the ones on the island, that also afford building spots. So the base location video that I put up a couple of months ago for the island, the reason why I did not put any of the underwater caves in it is because they do have the 6 times damage multiplier going on. So I would not consider that overly ideal. They're great to defend, but once the defenders are able to drain your bullets and your plant species X, it's just a matter of time before they get in. No matter how thick you stack your walls, they're doing 6 times the amount of damage that they would normally be doing. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the video. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your day to watch me ramble on about all the awesome caves here on the center. If you liked the video, drop that like. And if you guys want to see more, please subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Hey, before you take off, I just want to say one more time, thank you for watching the video, and if you did like it, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and also, be sure to check me out over on social media, and I'll see you guys next time.